Right.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna mute.
I'm gonna mute everybody, just in case, if I can find that button. Um, right. Okay. Yeah. So it's about being in the flow, and the flow really is when we're completely acting unconsciously. When we've tapped, when we train our minds and our body to do something, and we do it so well that we can switch off consciously, and it just feels that's what I call it, the flow, because in that moment you're just kind of carried along with it, and you can almost be a passenger and say, how am I doing this? It's you can kind of say, this is incredible, but it's just happening. And it's a point of being able to trust your unconscious mind to do that. Many sports people who are very, very skilled, they can do what they do totally unconsciously, and it's an incredible thing. But when it comes to that last part, or the penalty in the last 2 seconds, the conscious mind gets in the way and it says, let me take this shot. And it's not consciously you can play it. So tonight we're going to show you how to access and anchor that feeling of being in the flow. That time when, I know some of you are therapists, I know a lot of you are therapists, but you know, some of those times when you say something and you think that was pure genius. Where did that come from? It was just exactly the right thing to say at exactly the right time. That moment is where we want to be. And I jokingly called it, being in the groove, because I was brought up in the 60s. So that's what we used to say in the 60s, not the flow. No, they're in the groove. So either way, we're going to get you into that place tonight, so that when you want to function at your highest, you can just, we're going to set up a nice anchor for you with a word that you can just take yourself back into it, where you can step out of the way, if you like, and let your unconscious mind and all of the things, let's think about all of your ancestry and all of the things that your ancestors have learned. You know, every now and again we get a protege like Beethoven, or a child that can just play the violin or play the piano, and it's just incredible. Or someone like Michael Jackson, who can just seem to sing and dance. And the explanation someone gave, which I thought was a really good explanation, when we learn something to the point where it's automatic and we're brilliant at it, some of that knowledge and that skill gets dumped into our genes. And then when our children are born, some of that what seems like a gift, which probably is, because the person in the first place had to learn it, gets dumped into the child's genes. And so they have an ability to play the piano probably easier or better than a child that hasn't had that in their ancestry. But you think about all of the learnings that your ancestors have done, all the things that you've got now are the things you can do automatically, easily, that have come down through those generations. And it's about allowing ourselves to just be in the flow. And part of that is letting go. I was talking to someone the other day about they were going to go into an interview, and it's about the art of letting go for it. If we're completely free of stress, if we're completely free of anxiety, then it opens the door for our unconscious mind to just flow and just do the work. Most of us have a level of anxiety. I was years ago, I had a friend, she's a spiritual healer, and you probably know by now, I'm not a religious person at all. But this woman she would help people, and people would be helped, whether it was placebo, whether it was an actual, but what she said was she wouldn't charge either. This is the thing about it. She was doing a cleaning job. And I being kind of a business person, I said, look, if you charge £25, you'll have the ability and the finances to advertise what you do, and you better help more people. But she said, no, it's not. It's not me. It's spirit. And so if people want to leave something in the jar, people would leave £2 and £5. It's just ludicrous. But she had an ability, because maybe just because she believed, and because she was a really lovely person. And people ask me how I'd describe her. Her name is Diane Collins, or is Diane Collins. And the only way I can describe her was that when you were with her, you felt like you were in the presence of somebody good. It's a rare thing to feel that. Just someone who has no side, has no agenda. She's just good. And that's how I describe her. Now, why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, so the reason I'm saying this is because she said she was a channel for healing. She was a channel for spirit. And I believe we all have that ability, whether you call it spirit, whatever you want to call it, collective consciousness. But to actually do that work, you have to have complete freedom from all of your own stuff. Any anger, malice, any kind of anxiety, stress that you're feeling, you have to be clear. Otherwise, you don't have that flow. And I think that's what we've got to do when we get into the flow. When we're just in the moment with your client, or whatever kind of work you're doing with your patients, or in the chemist, Marie, you know, when you're helping people, that feeling of just being in that moment. Nothing else matters. You drop all your own stuff and just allow that natural ability, gift to flow through you. But to do it, you have to be free of all your own stuff. So we're going to get you into that space tonight. When I train people, I know some of you are doing my course. I ask all of you, and all of those who train with me, I say, look, just when you're working with your client, it's different now. It's a little bit, you know, it's distance kind of working together. But when you're in front of a client, and when I do what I call a Jacqueline power lift, which I lift the person's hand up. So I actually say in a moment, if it's okay with you, I'm going to pick your hand up. If you are going to touch your client, and even if you're doing massage, or you're doing Reiki, or you're doing whatever it is you're doing, where you come in contact with your client physically, I say to all my students, run this loop in your head. I care about you and I want you to be well. If you think it's legitimate to say it, but you should always be holding it in your heart and running it as a loop in your mind. Because I believe, as with Diane, when you're thinking that and you're holding it in your heart, then people feel it from you. You might think this is a bit woo-woo, and I'm not a woo-woo person at all. So, but that's what I'm saying. If you hold it in your heart, I care about you. I want you to be well. Some of you saw, I think it was Lisa, I don't know if she pronounced the name Gunno. She posted a little thing about the thanks protocol that you can go on my website and get. It's free. And that includes those words, but you're actually aiming them at yourself. So it starts with the namaste greeting. I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you and I want you to be well. And in the thanks protocol, you're doing that while you're breathing deeply. So you run it for 5 minutes in the morning or whenever you can, but you aim the words at yourself. I recognize the good within you. Thank you. I care about you. I want you to be well. But if we're holding that in our hearts when we're working with our clients, then I believe we're more effective. And maybe it's just a belief. Maybe you're not any more effective. I don't know. But today, when we do this hypnosis, I'm going to help you get out of your own way. Get you once again to recognize your worth and your value, which is always my main goal in doing this work with you. Hang on a second, let me just get this screen different. Okay. And then I'm going to get you into that space where you can just let go of everything and feel all of that learning you've ever had, all of the energy you've ever felt, all of the good, positive learnings and feelings that you've had, and the ones that have come down through your genetics, to just be in that flow. And then I'm going to say a word that's going to anchor that feeling, so that when you're stepping up, whether you're working with a client or whether you're doing sport or whatever it might be, or whether you just want to enter that space again, you can just say a word and instantly go back into that feeling. That's my goal for this evening, okay? And you can thank Tess, because on a Friday morning, she's now got a job. We've got lots of what are they? Very inexpensive, I would say workers, not workers, what, employees, totally inexpensive employees. Got Doreen, who reminds me to do the recording, Tess, who reminds me it's Friday and gives me some good ideas. You got Marie, cheers me up. Nicola as a backup therapist who ever need one. So, you know, I'm really lucky. And Petra, who always comes up with really good songs to add to all the other stuff. So very lucky. So let's get into this tonight. Look on it as time out. As I always say, listen if you want, but I'm not interested in your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, which is the part that thinks it is you, is the least dependable part of your being. Yet it thinks it's king. Someone once described the conscious and unconscious mind, and kind of therapy, like hypnosis. They say the conscious mind is like the captain of a ship, an overbearing, arrogant captain of the ship. And he has a map, and it says, right, we're going to go to New York. So X amount of degrees north, and we're going to get there by Thursday, 20 knots straight ahead. So he's at the, this is the conscious mind. It's saying, yes, this is what we want. Drive, drive, drive. Now that the ship is like your body, and the crew is like your unconscious mind. And you can imagine you've got one captain, you might have 600 crew and a massive great ship. And the captain's saying, yes, straight ahead, full blast, 20 knots. And then the guy in the crow's nest says there's an iceberg straight ahead. And he's shouting down, but the captain's saying, no, it says here on my map, 20 knots straight ahead. And then the people from the engine room shouting up, saying, look, we carry on at this rate, the engines are going to blow. He says, no, 20 knots straight ahead. So the only way to get this, to save everyone on the ship, is to get the captain out of the way. So the second in command says, look, it's 6 o'clock. It's your time for you to have a break, go and have a sleep. And then the captain goes and has a sleep. And while he's asleep, the crew slow the engines down, repair the engines, get them back working. The second in command steers the ship round the iceberg, and they're all back on track. And then when the captain comes back in, everything's working, and he's none the wiser. So that's how I see our unconscious mind. It's everything. The conscious mind has a direction, but it's the least dependable part of our being. So trust your unconscious mind. And that moment, I know some of you experienced already, when you're in the flow, if we can tap into that at any time, it's going to be immense. So that's my goal for this evening, okay? Andreas is now back in the clouds. He's back where he belongs. It's all looking good. All right, great. So all you have to do, absolutely nothing. Look on this as timeout. We're going to try something else as a way of putting you in trance tonight. For you who are practicing hypnosis, you might like this. In fact, I think you will. So I want you all to do this tonight. I want you to just, if you're ready to go into hypnosis, place your right hand just above your head. So you're looking up at your palm, about 4 inches from your face. And look at one line or one spot on your hand. Just focus on it as you listen to my voice. And in a moment, you're going to feel that hand starting to move towards your face like a magnet, like your head's a magnet, your hand's a magnet. And as that hand moves towards your face, I want you to notice the changing focus of your eyes. As you become aware of your eyes, close your eyes. That's right, close your eyes now. In a moment, that hand's going to touch your face. When it does, your body and mind are going to go into the most profound state of relaxation and trance. That's right. Hand dropping down, body dropping down, eyes dropping down. Deeper, deeper, deeper down now. Just going all the way into that incredible space. That's right, Ron. Your hand can drift down. You can drift down with. That's right, Jenny. That's right, Nolene. All the way in. Body completely relaxed. Like you've had that bliss anesthesia. Deeper, deeper, deeper down. Remembering those experiences of hypnosis you've had with me before. Because with your eyes closed, you can continue to relax. Although at times you may be more aware of some things than you were before. The sound of my voice, the comfort of the chair, the sounds in the room, certain sensations, the beating of your heart, and the thoughts and images that drift into the mind automatically. Once again, think about those people you love, people that love you, the friends you've made, the people you know, people who have supported you, people that have cared for you, people that want the best for you. Think about those people now. Feel that love right now. And as you feel that love, every limitation disappears. As you feel that love, feel yourself just dropping deeper and deeper into that profound state of hypnosis. Nothing bothers or affects you. Nothing disturbs you. All that matters now is you, the sound of my voice, and accessing that wonderful state of flow where you can access all of your inner strengths, your abilities, your skills automatically, where you can tap into that natural intelligence that you were born with, that intelligence that every living creature has, the intelligence that a tree has, just knows where to put their roots, that a bird has, that can sing, doesn't have to be taught to do that. The natural intelligence that every living creature has, you were born with. As you go deeper, deeper, deeper down. That's right, and as you drift into that state, every now and again, you may become more aware of some things than you were before. Certain sensations, your pulse, your heart beating. As you relax even more, deeper, deeper, deeper down, that's right. As the unconscious mind begins that letting go even of the effort it takes to be aware of exactly where the arms are positioned, or the hands or fingers, even the effort it takes to be aware of which leg seems to relax more quickly or completely than the other may seem to be too much effort to bother making. But it takes time to experience that letting go. Your own time in your own way, as you continue to learn, even more than before, about your abilities, your capacities to learn as you relax. And the mind begins to drift down toward a place of quietness, a place of peaceful inner awareness, a place that almost seems to give off signals that directs awareness down toward it, into it, more and more comfortably, more and more effortlessly, more and more completely and deeply than before. because not moving, not speaking makes it easier to not listen to anything other than the sound of my voice. It's so much easier simply to relax and enjoy that letting go, allowing events to occur in your own time, in your own way, but drifting down, deeper, deeper, deeper down. Imagine you're just drifting into that space of total bliss. Imagine it's happening automatically. There's nothing you can do about that. And just when you think you've reached that ultimate space of bliss, my voice is going to take you 10 times deeper. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. The better you feel, the deeper you'll go. And as you drift in that space, my voice, my words will drift with you to become a part of your experience now. Every word I say doubles that wonderful feeling. Everything I say now becomes your reality. Every suggestion that I give you, your mind and body will act upon. At a molecular, cellular, neurological level is now your reality. You have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And that unconscious mind, the back of the mind, can continue to hear, to understand and respond to those things I might say without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for the conscious mind simply to relax and enjoy that letting go. That's right. Letting go even of the effort it takes to make the effort that it might take. To tell the exact position of arms, legs, or the entire body now that seems to drift through time and space. That wonderful free floating place of effortless relaxation, letting go. Allowing the unconscious to assume more and more responsibility for guiding, directing awareness as you continue to learn, even more than before, about your abilities, your capacities to enter that state of flow by letting go. Letting go of every limitation, letting go of every ounce of anxiety, every ounce of stress, every ounce of doubt. Just for a moment, feel that wonderful feeling of love, joy, gratitude. Feel it. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your body. And notice and understand that when you hold that feeling in your body, every ounce of anxiety and stress is gone. Those two feelings cannot coexist in your body and your mind. In the same way as two thoughts cannot exist at the same time in your mind. Anxiety, stress, irrational fear, and love, joy and happiness cannot coexist in your body at the same time. Once again, feel that feeling of love. Love for yourself, for your body, for the people in your life. Once again, think about a moment of gratitude. A time in your life when you felt absolute gratitude for someone, something, some situation. Step into it, feel into it, and feel that moment of gratitude now. Once again, pull that into your heart and feel your heart expanding with that incredible feeling of gratitude. It's so good to be alive to experience that. It's so good to be alive to share your knowledge, your skills, your love, your kindness. Now think of a moment of laughter, a time when you just laughed and laughed. Think about that moment. Step into it. Feel into it. How good is that feeling? Feel it now. A moment of pure laughter. And feel into it. Grasp it. Pull it into your heart. And feel that feeling of pure laughter and gratitude filling your heart. Notice as you do that, every dark cloud of doubt, every limiting belief, every negative decision is swept from your mind and your body. Those two things cannot exist in your body and mind at the same time. That's right, feel it, that wonderful moment of laughter. Now think about a moment of love for someone, something, or some situation. Think of that moment of pure love. No agenda, no side, just pure love. Step into it, feel it. If it's got a colour, see it, feel into it. And when you absolutely feel it, pull that into your heart and feel that thing of love and laughter and gratitude filling your heart and your mind. And as you feel that, notice, as hard as you try, you cannot experience any of that anxiety and stress or fear. It's gone. Imagine there's nothing you can do about that. And as you feel that now, that feeling of freedom, that lightness of being, that you're going to take into everything you do, as you feel that now, notice that you're entering that state of flow. Just being in this moment, in this second, just being. How good is it to be alive, to experience that? Breathe it in. Breathe that feeling in. And feel that oxygen flooding through your body, oxygenating every cell, every fiber, lifting you up, lighting you up. Feel it flooding through your brain. That's right. Just for a moment, be aware of just how incredible you are. How incredible is it to be alive, to experience that? To be in this moment, free of everything else. There is no other moment. There is only this moment. And to be present in this moment, to experience life in this moment, and to feel that feeling of love, gratitude, laughter flooding your body and your mind. You are pure joy. You are that natural intelligence you were born with before you were talked out of it. And you can return to that feeling of pure intelligence. It's vast. The essence of who you are, that you were born with. All the learnings passed down through the genes over the years, the millennia, that made you what you are right now. Understand, you are the most incredible creator. You've already created the life you want. You've already created the life you're living. And you can decide how you want to create tomorrow, the next moment, the next day, how you want to create your body. Know it's okay to love yourself enough to do that. Those wonderful questions of Sandra Grace's. What has to happen for you to love yourself enough to create the body, the life, the health you want? What has to happen for you to love yourself enough? If you could see what I see when I look at you, if you could believe what I believe about you would treat yourself to that happiness you want. You are incredible. Imagine I am right beside you now. I want you to feel my energy. I want you to feel my strength. And I want you to feel and see what I see when I look at you, what I believe about you. Feel it. Feel that feeling flooding your body and your mind. You are love. You are loved. You are loving. You are the most incredible creator. You have created the life you have right now, and you can create that next moment. You can decide, you can make a new decision. You can delete every limiting decision you ever made or anyone else ever placed on you. You can do it now because you can create the next moment. You can decide, make a new decision. You have the power. And feel yourself going into that state of flow where nothing else matters. You just trust your unconscious mind. Trust that your unconscious mind knows exactly what to do. And you can trust your unconscious mind. You can give it an instruction. It wants you to be happy. It wants you to be well. That's what it exists for. It is a superpower, but it needs a clear direction. And in this state of flow you're in now, without any limitations, think about what you want. A physical goal, let go of any limitations. Think about how you want to be an hour from now, a week from now, a year from now. See yourself in that body. Ask your unconscious mind to make it happen. Think about where you want to be in your career or your relationship. Think about it. See it happening. Step into it. Feel into it. Ask the question, how much fun is this? How much fun can I make it? How important is it for me? And when you feel into that, and your unconscious mind gets a taste of what you want and how good it's going to be, everything about you is inclined to make it happen. And you'll find it easy. You don't need to be motivated. You don't need to be motivated to brush your teeth. You don't need to be motivated to go and do the things that you want, because you know what you know in the back of your mind what's good for you. You just do it. You have all that power within you already. And now that you can feel that feeling, step into that feeling. And from today, whenever you want to get into this state of flow, where you have access to all of your unconscious ability and skill, you just repeat that word in your mind, flow. You can say it silent to yourself now, and notice as you say it to yourself, how you go deeper and deeper into that incredible space. I'm going to go quiet while you just repeat in your mind that word, and notice what happens in your body and your mind. From today, no matter where you are, what you're doing, when you want to access all of your unconscious skills, those automatic abilities you now have, you just repeat that word in your mind, and you'll find yourself accessing that state of flow. Feel it now. And how good is it to be alive, to experience that? Most incredible feeling. The essence of who you are, that intangible part of your being. is ageless. It is infinite. And the essence of who you are is indestructible. Understand for a moment you are not your body. You are not your name. The essence of who you are is way, way beyond that. And whatever you think you are, whatever you thought you are miles, miles more than that. You are incredible. You are love. You are pure love. You are loved and you are loving. Feel it. Feel it now. As you go even deeper into that state of flow. And notice as you do that, as you feel that, notice the absence of any stress, anxiety, and fear. Because those feelings cannot coexist in your body with that feeling of love and joy, gratitude. And now you know how to access this feeling. You can do it anywhere and anytime you want. And it's so good to just drift in that space. Everything else disappears for a while. Because those doubts and anxieties were never real in the first place. Think about that moment of birth where you were just pure essence, where you were a completely clear slate. The potential was there in that moment when you took that first breath. A natural intelligence you were born with. That's who you are. That's who you are. You take a handful of flower seeds. You may not know which each of those seeds are, whether it's a daffodil or a rose. But each of those seeds knows exactly its potential. And all it needs is the right environment and nurture to reach that potential, to become that incredible rose, to be that daffodil, or to be that bush. You have that potential. You've always had it. The potential to be everything you can to be that rose, to be that daffodil, to be that tree. That's who you are. And all you need to do from today to get back into that state of flow is to repeat that word in your mind. And you'll find yourself in this wonderful space where everything else is periphery. You are not your body, you are not your name, you are miles, miles more than that. That's right. Once again, think of something you'd love to do. Let go of any limitations. And see yourself doing it. And ask your unconscious mind to create that for you. And then just leave that in the back of your mind. And you'll find yourself moving towards it, whether it's a physical goal, career goal, financial goal. You'll find yourself just moving towards it without thinking or trying. You don't have to be motivated. You just have to know what you want. You just have to ask your unconscious mind to make it happen. And then trust that your unconscious mind knows everything about you. And you'll find yourself moving towards it. So as you drift in that incredible, deep, profound state of hypnosis, I'd like your unconscious mind to take these new learnings, store them in that part of your mind that's there for those learnings to be accessed and used anytime you want. Just feel that feeling now. It may be interesting to know that in that relaxed, that wonderful drifting space in time, where thoughts drift by like dreams, some enter the mind and some drift through the mind. Some are left behind to be used later on, and others are remembered or seem to be remembered at first, but then become more and more distant, forgotten over time. Like a dream you had, you wanted to tell someone about. As the unconscious mind protects the conscious mind and leaves those things behind, forgot but remembered too. That's right. You are pure potential. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are loved. You are the greatest creation in the known universe. You are love, you are loved, and you are loving. You're going to take that feeling into everything you do, in particular towards yourself. Look after yourself, be kind to yourself, take care of yourself because you are worth it. Go with your unconscious often as you need to know that you can access that state of flow at any time. And the harder you try and remember what it felt like to be stressed or anxious, the more calm, the more confident you become. The harder you try and remember what it felt like, the further away it goes. Replaced by a calm inner confidence. And understanding you can create your life in this moment. You can decide where you want to be. You're the greatest creator in this universe. Go with your unconscious often as you need to know you can, you will. Treat yourself to the life you want. What has to happen for you to love yourself enough to create the life and the body and the health you want? And I think you now know what has to happen. You just have to be. You just have to trust. You just have to believe that you are worth it. And you do. So in a while I'm going to count to 10. Every suggestion I've given you, every suggestion you've given yourself over these last few minutes is now your reality. You'll find yourself just moving toward it. You can access this state of flow where all of the learnings, all of the strengths, all of the understandings that have been passed down through your ancestors over the millennia, you have access to. Just let that understanding flow. And on 10, that new understanding, that new feeling is going to grow stronger day by day. Unable to experience that anxiety and stress. Knowing you're already a whole being, you don't need to be anything else. You are incredible. So get ready as I count to 10. On 8, your eyes will open. You have a feeling of peace, a calm, inner confidence, and a feeling of peace, a lightness of being, a feeling of joy. I want you once again just to feel that feeling of gratitude, laughter, and love in your heart and your body. Feel it. Breathe it in. 1, feeling absolutely wonderful. 2, to create the life you want and know you're worth creating it for. 3, a feeling of freedom you may have never experienced before. 4, feel a force of that gratitude, love, and laughter flooding your body and your mind. 5, feeling incredibly alive. An incredible understanding of just how fantastic you are. That's right. 5, feeling incredibly alive. 6, 7, 8, eyes opening, feeling absolutely wonderful. A feeling of peace, a feeling of calm, a feeling of love. 9, 10. Excellent. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the experience. Have a beautiful weekend.
Wow, beautiful.
Yes, really good.
Have a beautiful weekend and just keep moving to where you want to be. You know, we're human beings. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back sometimes. I know, because I'm the same. But you've got to believing if we hold the thought, we want this badly enough, we can do it. And just say, I want it.
I want it.
Decide to make it happen. You have all the resources, all the strengths, all the abilities you need to create it. You don't have to be anyone else. You're already a whole being. Let's just be the best version of ourselves. That's what we want to be, really. And you don't have to say, well, I want to be like that person or that person. You're already a whole being. You're already beautiful. That includes you, Ron and Andreas. In fact, to be honest with you, more than the others here, to be honest. But, you know, you're already beautiful. You're already a whole being. Just enjoy this weekend and enjoy everything you do. Be a connoisseur, like we were talking about last week. Be a connoisseur. Savor moments. Savor these times we have, and let's make the most of it. Thanks for giving us the idea, Tess. I hope you enjoyed it. Tess is in the flow because she's living in a beautiful place in Cyprus. I'm waiting for my tickets. She said she was going to send me tickets to go and see her, but Or was that a dream I had last night, Tess? I'm not sure it was a dream. It might have just been a dream. But yeah, look, it's been great seeing you. Thanks. Some of you joined me earlier today as well. I hope you enjoyed that. Glad you're not sick of my voice yet. But look, it's you're all doing great. You're all doing, a lot of you are doing this work and you're helping people change their lives. Just be in the moment. You don't have to be anything else. Just be in the moment. Hold it in your heart, care about it well, but also aim that at yourself because you're worth caring about. All right. Anyway, talking enough. I'll see you. See you soon.
Bye. Thank you, Freddie. Have a good weekend.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Great to see you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Freddie. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dor.